Welcome to the 0 to 100K podcast, where new and aspiring real estate agents go to grow predictably profitable businesses. In each episode, we'll take a bite-sized chunk out of a different real estate topic, inspired by my blog, videos, social media content, and life as a full-time real estate agent, team leader, coach, and entrepreneur. I'm your host, Nika Clements. Join in on the conversation as we break down all things marketing, prospecting, biz building, and more to get you closing and cashing consistent commission checks. Let's find out what we're sounding off on today. Hi, you guys. Welcome to the 0 to 100K Real Estate Podcast. I am your host, Nika Clements. Thanks so much for sharing your time with me today. You are tuning in to episode number 4. And today we are sounding off on brokers as in your quote-unquote employer. And if you work under their tutelage, they should have all the answers, right? Duh. What happens though when they don't? So today we're going to talk about the 7 rules to follow when your broker doesn't have all the answers. I'm ready. You ready? Let's get started. 7 rules to follow when your broker doesn't have all the answers. We are going to jump right into this one with a little story time. Okay, so we're taking it back to my first year in the business and being brand new and green and desperate. I was just walking around with bright eyes and a bushy tail, just trying to figure it all out. And a lot of times I went to my broker and my team leaders for help, for answers, to explain things. Why this? Why that? Where's this? How's that? 100 questions. And sometimes they gave me really, really, really great answers and great guidance and amazing leadership, but sometimes not, okay? And specifically what comes to my mind, like yelling at me, is a team leader that I had, and I despised all of his lead generation techniques, okay? So we're definitely going to get to this in coming days, guys, so I'm not getting too far ahead of you. But obviously, as a real estate agent and a business owner and entrepreneur, it's going to be your job to bring in business so that you can sell homes. So the way that we bring business in, we generally just call lead generation. So you'll hear me say lead gen. So there's maybe thousands of ways to lead gen for your real estate business, but there are a few that we hear constantly. And some of those are cold calling. Right? Cold call people and ask them if they want to buy or sell a home. Another one is door knocking. Pick a neighborhood and knock on all the doors in that community, asking people if they want to buy or sell a home. That's just 2 that I can think of, but those are the 2 that I hated the most. Okay, every time I was looking for another transaction or trying to build my business up, try to get some momentum going, I would go to my team leader and I'm like, what can I do to bring in some more deals? What can I do to get more clients? I really want to take some listings. Where can I find buyers? And every time, guys, his answer was either door knock or cold call. And it drove me crazy. Okay, I'm like, you're the person that I'm looking to. You're leading this team. I'm following you. I look up to you. And you keep telling me to cold call and door knock. And I'm not going to take too much more of it, okay? Because I've tried it. Yes, I've done cold calls. Yes, I've door knocked. I've done it, okay? It's just one of those things that you have to just do. But then I was like, I don't like doing it. And what do you do when your team leader is saying, do this thing, and you're like, I don't want to do this thing? So that's what this episode is all about. We're going to talk about 7 rules to follow when your broker, or in my case, team leader, doesn't have all the answers or has answers that you don't like, okay? When you're a new agent, you're like a sponge and you're eager to learn everything. And your relationship with your broker is a significant one. Technically, you work under their guidance and leadership. I like to use the word tutelage. And they're basically responsible for your actions, your successes, and your mess ups. So you need to be able to depend on your broker and your entire leadership panel. Other pivotal relationships are a team leader. If you're on a team, someone that leads that team. Sometimes within a brokerage, they'll have a team leader because the broker can be so busy that he appoints a leader of the team, as in the office, that you can go to for questions, assistance, and guidance. A mentor. Sometimes mentors are given out of the kindness of them wanting to give back. Some you'll pay a percentage of your commission. So different brokerages have different structures for their mentors, but that's another pivotal relationship as a new real estate agent. A coach. You can definitely hire a coach. The prices for coaching range widely. You can pay anywhere from a certain percentage of your transaction up to $2,000+ a month. And I've seen a wide spectrum and participated myself. I do currently have a coach. I think they're really important. But to be able to get in your career where you can afford a coach, we need to get to some certain steps first, right? So first we need our broker to have the answers when we need them. So when you have a difference of opinion or differing visions for your business, you can rely on these 7 rules to follow to maneuver yourself into the best position of building your predictably profitable business. Rule number 1, reassess your soulmate. I love referring to your brokerage as your soulmate brokerage. You're not tied down to any brokerage. It's just an agreement that you sign, and you are basically free to leave whenever you want to leave. So you're tied down by no one. The word employer is used freely because actually you're an independent contractor. You're your own boss. So in deciding to go and work under a brokerage, which is required as a sales associate, you need to find your soulmate brokerage. You want to find the brokerage that speaks to all your wants, needs, and desires, that is able to provide you the things that you expect and that you need so that you are able to build your predictably profitable business. And it's the utmost important when you're a brand new agent. I mean, you need all the guidance in the world from day one. So yesterday, I offered a resource, which was my 50 questions to find your soulmate brokerage. If you didn't catch that episode, let's go back and watch that one after this one's done, okay? Promise. I'll also link that resource down below, because reading some of those questions, and there's 50, no joke, that when you start meeting with brokers, you want to ask those questions and really dig in, just like dating, really. So you want to find the one that's meant for you, right? Your soulmate brokerage. And if you're getting conflicting opinions or different opinions and different views from your broker or your team leader or leadership in general, you may want to reassess your choice that you made, okay? Maybe go back when you asked those questions and you wrote them down, review, okay, well, when I met with you 3 months ago, you said this, and now you're saying this. Can we clear that up? And if you're still finding much conflict there, then you'll want to maybe think about a new company, right? So that may be something that you have to look at. And if that's the case, you will plan and research, right? Remember from yesterday. And if that's the road you have to take, that's the road you'll take, because at the end of the day, it's most important that you are with a brokerage that supports you and sets your soul on fire, okay? And lights a fire under your business, okay? Because we're trying to get to the bag too. Rule number 2, ask your uncle. I think this one is my favorite. Do you know what uncle I'm talking about? I'm talking about Uncle Google, okay? We all have an uncle named Google. I refer to my Google as my uncle, okay? Because he's there for me like an uncle, okay? So you can go to Google and research whatever it is that you went to your broker or team leader about, and just get some wide opinions from other people, right? So you have a thought, your broker has a thought, your team leader has a thought. You can go to Uncle Google and see what some other people in the business have said about it. That one is a really good one, because you'll also, in your career, you'll start to develop, I'll call them fades, right? So you'll start seeing like the big players and the movers and shakers in the real estate business, and you're gonna watch them. And if you're like me, you might cyber stalk them. But it's all about learning from the people who are where you want to be, right? I got that from Tony Robbins. Be standing on the shoulders of giants, right? So you're going to start seeing those people who are like killing it in the real estate business, and just by going to Google or their website or their YouTube channel, they may be able to provide a different opinion and give you deeper answers than what your broker or team leader might have been able to give you. Rule number 3, ask a mega. So this is very much tied to that one, but when I say mega, I mean a mega agent, and more so I'm speaking a local mega agent. So in rule number 2, I'm saying more so like take it to the web, and like you're going to get a wide opinion. For rule number 3, I'm saying ask a local mega agent. So someone that's in your office that you know is doing several transactions a month, that you know is making $1 million a year, that you know has things figured out because they've been doing it longer and they kind of just have a system. They're for the most part pretty open. You may have to call them and text them to get a hold of them sometimes because they are very, very busy and they're running predictably profitable businesses. So they may not just be at the office hanging around when you're there, but you can look them up on a directory, look them up on Facebook, and send them a DM, and usually they are pretty open. They'll get back to you, and it may give you another opinion or a second thought to whatever conflict you are having with your broker or team leader. Rule number 4, do you trust your instincts? So one thing that I really, really love to say to new agents is, just because you're a new agent doesn't mean you're a bad agent. Okay? One more time for the back seats. Just because you're a new agent doesn't mean you're a bad agent. Okay? Now, hopefully that gives you hope, because there are bad agents right now, right? So someone that's been in your position as a new and aspiring agent, and they're out here just being a bad agent, okay? And you have to learn bad techniques to become a bad agent. Well, you're new, and you have new, fresh ideas, and you have passions, and you have thoughts and instincts, right? So when you're speaking with a team leader or a broker, and you're maybe having a second guess on what they're speaking to you, trust your instincts, right? Go with your gut, because you're just as qualified as they are. They may have a little bit more experience, but that doesn't mean they're smarter, better, wholer, wiser, any of those things. So you can absolutely do you, go with your first thought, and trust your instincts. Rule number 5, find a trusted resource. So with this, I think that it would be very important. So in the stages before, like maybe you having a mentor or a coach, there's so many trusted resources available to us through the internet and social media. So I was already talking about like the faves. So you'll start building your list of faves. I mean, you can even actually start doing research now. You can look up your local agents and see who's popping up on social media the most. They're probably doing a lot of business. Or you could go on YouTube and look it up, and you'll see the big, powerful agents all over the country. A lot of them have YouTube channels, right? And they're sharing information with other potential new agents. So you can definitely start to build a list of trusted resources that you have, not just in times of conflict or question, that you just kind of take them all in a little bit every single day. Hint. So when you start your list of trusted resources, I think I can guess who's number 1. Do you know? I'll give you a hint. Nika Clements. Okay? Nika Clements and the 0 to 100K Real Estate Podcast should be your number 1 trusted resource. Why? Because you're here now and you're going to be coming back here for the next 26 days plus, right? Because I'm not going anywhere. So this could be absolutely your number 1 trusted resource. If there's a podcast episode that you can find that can answer those questions or give you guidance, or you can also just DM me or email me some of those questions as well. I'm sure I've been there, done that. I've had some crazy, crazy real estate situations in my 7 years in this business, and I think I can give some good insight. So I'm happy to be a trusted resource for you guys. And also start looking for some other ones in your local area and on YouTube. And teaser alert, I will do an episode where I will talk about my faves and some of the real estate mega super successful agents that inspire me. That's coming soon. Rule number 6, invest in your education. Okay, so obviously you're a new agent or an aspiring agent. You're going to, most times in most states, you're going to start with real estate school. Then you're going to go through the process of getting your license. You're going to take a state exam, and then at some point after that, you'll be licensed to actually start helping people buy and sell homes. I can promise you right now that the education that you get to receive your real estate license is not going to be enough to help you buy and sell homes. I'm sorry to tell you that. The education that you're going to get from real estate school is basically the rules, the regulations, the guidelines, the outline of the business, things that you should and shouldn't do to prevent getting sued and losing your license, but not too much about how to actually run a real estate business. I'm sorry to tell you that. But once you have your license, you'll be able to start getting on the job education because you're going to be actively working and doing. But you also want to invest in further education, right? So I already mentioned a mentor or a coach. A mentor can be very, very affordable, free to maybe just a percentage of any transaction that they help you with. Coaches can also vary from inexpensive to very, very expensive, but just kind of start thinking about it now. Maybe start researching some ideas and writing them down. One thing I did is I had a list. I actually still have a list. I have a list of dream coaches. So all the people that I think are amazing and successful that could help me build my business, build my mind, become a better person. A lot of those people I have on this dream list of coaches, and I'm slowly scratching them off one by one. Sometimes your coach is so super freaking amazing that you can't afford them at the moment. Right? I have a coach right now that he's on my list. I believe his coaching program is like $2,100 a month. Yeah. So it's a commitment, and it's also an investment in yourself and in your education. Obviously from day one, you guys are not going to be looking at $2,100 a month coaches, but there's $250 a month coaches. There's $100 a month maybe strategy sessions, so there's a wide range of ways that you can get education, but you just need to be willing to invest in your education and yourself, because what you learn is going to make you a better person, a better business owner, and it's going to help you grow that predictably profitable business. You can also put me down on your list of dream coaches. I do have a coaching program that's going to be released probably at the top of next year. I also have some amazing resources that will be coming out this year, all to help my sweet precious babies build predictably profitable businesses from day one. And sidebar, this is episode 4, and I probably said predictably profitable business about 20 times in 4 episodes. Get used to it. I think it's just the most important part of a real estate business. And I think from day one, going in, knowing that you're building a predictably profitable business is going to give you an unfair advantage. I've seen too many agents start with just a hope and a prayer and no plan. Okay, so we learn from our mistakes, and we start real estate businesses so that they can be predictably profitable, right? We're not doing this to be commission check to commission check, commission breath, none of that, okay? None of that over here, guys. Just finishing up with rule number 6, investing in your education is important. So start the dream coaches list. Once you're talking to brokers, find out about their mentor program. Write me down there because I have a wide range of prices for the offerings that I have. I definitely have free material like this podcast, but I also have much more coming to you guys that is going to be very inexpensive, very affordable, because I know you're a new real estate agent or an aspiring real estate agent, and it's a struggle. So we are going to get to the predictably profitable shores of your future real estate business. Rule number 7, blaze your own path. I can relate to this, guys. So when I kept getting conflicting answers from my team leader, and I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of him telling me to cold call and door knock, I just made my own rules. Okay? So for number 7, blaze your own path. Make your own rules, right? Do what makes you happy. Do what inspires you. Do what the spirit moves you to do, right? So you're going to blaze your own path. If your broker and team leader is saying one thing and you're like, that's not the thing for me, go and have the fearless abandon to go and do that thing that is for you, right? And I can be a testament to that. I made up that word because I am literally doing and living that right now, right? When my broker and team leader was telling me to do things that I didn't want to do, I found things that I did want to do, okay? So instead of door knocking, I'd rather find them on Facebook and message them because that's what felt better for me. Instead of cold calling, I'd rather send them a postcard, introduce myself, and invite them to call me. Okay? So I blaze my own path so that I can run my business doing the things that I wanted to do. And I'm super excited to teach you guys how to do that for yourselves as well. Wink. Let's do a quick recap of the 7 rules to follow when your broker doesn't have all the answers. Rule number 1, reassess your soulmate. Think about if this is the brokerage for you. And if it's not, no harm, no foul. Just go ahead and do your research and planning and find a better soulmate / brokerage that'll work better for you. Rule number 2, ask your uncle. Go to Google. Okay, anytime I don't know something, or if I'm not sure, if I'm like, wait, I can't remember, I am taking it to Google. Google has millions of answers. Rule number 3, ask a mega. Ask a local real estate agent that's successful. They'd be happy to talk to you and share their thoughts and opinions with you to hopefully give you a second thought and better options to what it is that you're seeking. Rule number 4, do you trust your instincts? Quote of the day, quotable. Just because you're a new agent doesn't mean you're a bad agent, right? So if your broker and team leader is giving you one answer, trust your instincts and do you. Go with the answer that feels good to you. Rule number 5, find a trusted resource. I am not the only one out there. There's many super successful, amazing, entertaining, gorgeous real estate professionals that can be a resource to you to help you find the answers that you're looking for. Don't just reach out when you need a certain answer or a certain question answered. Follow them daily. Follow their podcasts, hint, hint, and follow their YouTube channels. Follow them on social media. Just really dive in because the more energy you put behind that trusted resource, the more you can find yourself standing on their shoulders to get some insight from them to be able to help you be a better person and build a bigger business. Rule number 6, invest in your education. I hate the quote, but I'm going to quote it. It takes money to make money. Somebody said that, and it's so popular for a reason, okay? You have to be willing, you have to have the courage to invest in yourself. And by investing in yourself, I mean investing in your education, by getting a mentor or a coach, or finding online programs. Online coaching is a huge business right now in 2020. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an in-person mentor or someone at your office. It can be an online mentor or coach. They can be in a completely different state, and that oftentimes will offer online programs. So start your dream coaches list, start your dream programs list, and start writing those things down so that as you start making money, you can start investing in yourself and your education. Anything that's inexpensive or free, don't be afraid to invest now. It'll just give you an unfair advantage once you're licensed. And rule number 7, blaze your own path. Do like your big sis Nika. When your broker, when your team leader, even your mentor or coach sometimes is telling you something that you are just over and not willing to do to compromise what you want and what you see for your business, blaze your own path, guys. Okay? Do what feels good to you. Everything that you do should be coming from a place of purpose and passion and things that light you up, okay? If door knocking doesn't light you up, just say, nah, not going to do it, I'll find another way, right? And key to this, and this is what I had to learn, if you erase, you must replace. So don't door knock. Don't cold call. Find something similar that works better and speaks better to you. And with that, I thank you guys for listening. I hope you got a lot of these 7 rules to follow when your broker doesn't have all the answers. Hopefully it's a great precursor so that when you're speaking with brokers, you're already thinking, okay, when I have questions, will I be able to go to you? Don't forget to pick up your free resource, 50 Questions to Find Your Soulmate Brokerage. It'll be linked on anchor.fm/Nika Clements. And make sure you subscribe, okay? Because it is Podgust day 4, and I promise it only gets better from here. In Podgust, I will be uploading a new podcast episode every day in the month of August. This is day 4, tomorrow's day 5, and I have 25 more in the tuck waiting for you. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of the new episodes. And if you're enjoying this content, please let me know. Don't keep it to yourself. Share with your girl. Let me know that you're getting something out of it by sending me an email with your questions and comments to nikaclementsrealtor@gmail.com. And if you happen to be listening to this on Apple Podcasts, leave your girl a review. Let me know what you think. We're just getting started and there's so much more to come. And it's going to blow your mind. Okay? Thanks again for listening to episode 4 of the 0 to 100K Real Estate Podcast. I will see you on the next episode. Bye.